Okay, so we're gonna review something, and this guy's made a video about these guys, and they're quite famous. So let's get on with it.
I don't want anyone attacking me for what I'm about to say, but what the hell did I just watch? Goku with a tail? I've never seen that before.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here!
Buster, I love that clip. Not the clip, but the show. That character is brilliant.
Alright, well, I'm finally talking about.
Okay, let me just get this in frame, just so you can see his name. There you go. Okay. Okay.
About it. So, if you've been anywhere on anime YouTube in the last week or so, you've probably heard mention of this infamous channel.
Dude, these guys are quite big. They've got over 1,000 videos, which is really good, and they've got over 4 million subscribers, which is very good. Very good. Good for them.
Channel right here, the Anime Men. Now, who
There's 6 of these guys.
are the Anime Men? You may be asking yourself.
I've never heard of these guys, which is odd. So I guess their demographic is like kids.
And what exactly makes them infamous? Well, the Anime Men is actually a relatively popular channel with almost 5.
They've got like that fake format, if you know what I mean, like Mr. Beast type format.
Million subscribers that supposedly watches anime, as their tagline here says. Gee, I think you should have privated this video from 2 years ago, guys. It kind of shows exactly what you're all about today. Admittedly, if you look over this channel's content, there isn't actually that much regarding specific anime, and more just talking about anime culture.
Okay, is it? I don't know. I
And
can't say.
memeing on various things regarding that. And they also have hundreds and hundreds of YouTube shorts that have propelled them to almost 5 million subscribers. And yet they still can't pronounce the plural version of anime correctly. Wow.
It's like one of my Japanese animes.
So you're probably thinking, okay, these guys are a bit cringy, but they can't be that bad, right? They seem...
Yeah, let's give these guys a chance, because for someone who's accumulated a lot of subscribers, they should be doing something correctly.
like they'd be easily ignorable if you're over the age of 8 and don't need Subway Surfers gameplay next to every video you watch. And for a long time, it seemed that most of anime YouTube agreed with that sentiment. However, one recent video has come out that has really put the Anime Men in hot water and exposed them for a lot of what they really think about anime. This absolute gem of a video right here where they claim that they rank the first episode of every year's most popular anime. But funny enough, it's not really the ranking that people are upset at here. Well, not completely.
Okay, so what are they upset about?
Anyway, the big issue that everyone is currently taking with this video is just how blatantly disrespectful it is. They spent half the video on some of the most inspirational and...
No, but okay, so see, if you're rating it, you have to be what's it called? You're gonna have to come up with a like, you know, it's not just you're not just gonna, like, if you're rating it, it's gonna be like critical based on your perspective. It's not just gonna be like, oh, this, you know, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not just gonna be out the blue shitting on someone. You have to be, it's gonna be critical, if that makes sense. It's not just gonna be you know, like, I didn't like this, do you know what I mean?
influential anime of all time.
Like, there would be detail behind why something is bad, if that makes sense. Like, that's why criticism, I think, is like a good thing, if that makes sense. Just want to show this guy's channel, because, you know, he's put effort into it.
and also using cringe terms like looks maxing to appeal to their probably universally Gen Alpha audience while doing it. It is a complete disaster of a video, and you can tell these guys aren't even anime fans. They're anime tourists. For those who may not know, anime tourist is a term used to mock people that might seem like they're fake fans of anime or only into it because it's trendy and popular. Admittedly, the term anime tourist has become more of a buzzword in recent memory, since there are some people who just use it as a way to try to gatekeep new people from enjoying anime, but clearly that's not the case here. These guys...
Okay, so I've learned something new. I didn't know there was such a term. Anime tourist, yeah. You learn something new all the time. I guess it's in the title. You know. Anyway, yeah, that's news to me. So yeah.
Guys are real anime tourists. Take a good look. These guys very clearly do not care where anime started as a medium. One of them's
Yeah, I don't think that's you know, you don't have to understand the history of something if you like something. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. As long as you sort of enjoy it. And you know what I mean, like you don't, you know, it's like people who collect things, or you don't know the history of it, but if your channel is called something, then you have to have some sort of knowledge on it, I guess. Do you know what I mean?
straight up admits he didn't even start watching anime till 2020.
I used to hate anime my whole entire life until 2020.
Huh? Gee, I wonder why.
No, I don't think that's a bad thing as well. If you dislike something, but then you somehow got an interest in it, I think that's sort of like a good thing, because it means, like, you know, your personality's changed, or something has developed inside you for you to enjoy something, you know, and just like in that sense, you could like something and you could not like something you used to like.
That was the year you chose to get into anime finally, buddy. This guy was probably the dude who bullied people for liking anime back in the day and now just likes it purely because of clout. What a poser. Now, on the one hand, I actually don't think anime tourists are necessarily a bad thing. I think it's actually good to see a lot more people getting into anime and especially wanting to experience a lot of the older stuff or just things they might have missed out on before it became popular.
Do you know what? There are too many new anime, and it's sort of boring when you watch like the new stuff. Not because it's just that there's too much, and they seem very similar, which is frustrating because of how similar all the new stuff is.
People get into anime as an art form and get to experience the best of what it has to offer is actually a really cool thing in my opinion. But that is very clearly not what's going on here at all. These guys...
Oh dude, that guy had a really cool camera. What was that camera?
...out on before it became popular. Seeing people get into anime as an art form and get to experience the best of what it has to offer is actually a really cool thing in my opinion. But that is very...
Look at that. Look at this little beauty over here. Looks like a DSLR. I can't tell what that thing on top is. It might be a stabilizer. Ah, okay. So they probably use like the hand to sort of move it around and look at the display screen. Wonder what the battery life on that is.
Very clearly not what's going on here at all. These guys don't actually care about having deeper discussions about anime or talking about the stories or characters or the art of it at all. All they see anime as is a vehicle for trendiness and clout. They are some of the biggest anime grifters I have ever seen. So
let's give them a chance and see what they're about. Because you know, we can get things wrong.
today we're...
I mean, not just that, but their criticism might be, you know, fair in terms of like, you know, if they elaborate on like what it is that they find, you know, a bit odd about certain things, Like they're criticizing.
We're gonna look at this video, discuss a lot of the very clear red flags with it, and also talk about why this kind of anime tourism is really bad in general. So after giving us the premise for this video, they start with the 1960s era of anime, and even here, right off the bat, there are already so many red flags.
We're starting with this.
It's on YouTube and it's 35 seconds long.
Dude, do you know this style? It reminds me of like the old school Hanna-Barbera style. There's what's it called? What is it? So Ricky Gervais did a podcast. Hold on. And his podcast. Oh no. His podcast was in that sort of style. It's in color, but his that podcast was like way ahead of its time, and it still is. Like with how well made it was. I never used to like it because I always wanted to see their faces, and I used to not like it, but I appreciate it more now. And they had so many episodes. I've got to give it to Ricky Gervais for having that, making that podcast, because the people who animated that did a really good job. So and he chose this sort of style.
That fight scene was cracked. It was 30 seconds. It was about some sushi chef with like octopus arms. That anime is F tier.
Somehow, despite the first recorded anime instant history being only 35 seconds as they put it, they're on their phones for the entirety of.
That's a real big pet peeve of mine. It's a real big, like, what? For 36, they did say 36 seconds, you couldn't put your eyes on a clip. But you had to look at another clip on your phone. I'm starting to not like these guys. So you're reviewing something, you've rated it F tier, but you're not even reviewing it correctly.
You just can't make stuff like this up. These guys are incredibly brain rotted. And just right off the bat here, they already show they're not even equipped to talk about older anime at all. Obviously, older anime isn't going to be up to the standards of today's anime, and the stuff they're...
So the new stuff isn't like all that good because the stories are really boring. Like I've watched a lot of the new stuff. When I say new stuff, I mean stuff after 2020. It's almost like going backwards. Like some of it looks terrible. Obviously, there's really good animation, but a lot of it is bad. When I say a lot, I mean most of it looks terrible, cheap.
We're all used to, but you should at least pay reference to where the medium all started to begin with. And they just aren't doing that. They're putting everything in the F tier instantly without really elaborating why they think it should be in the F tier, apart from the superficial reason that they found it quote-unquote boring. They even do this to Astro Boy, for crying out loud.
Like, I'm trying to take it seriously, but look at this Looney Tunes ass fog.
Okay, so Osamu Tezuka, he's like the creator of, he's known as the grandfather of anime, I think. He's like known as one of the pioneers. So yeah, you're kind of disrespecting. Do they even know who he is? Do they know like the history of Astro Boy? Yeah, you're kind of if they are, but if they disrespect him, that's not a good thing. Like the
He's abandoning his son, and then
yeah.
and then it's literally just like, it's like, come on.
So, Astro Boy from 1963.
I give it an absolute bottom of the barrel F tier.
F tier, bottom of F tier.
Man.
Oh, what a bunch of planks.
Imagine dissing one of the most foundational and iconic pieces of anime ever just because you thought it was Looney Tunes-esque. I will say, as
Yeah, but Looney Tunes is... don't say that. Looney Tunes is, like, top tier. Looney Tunes is brilliant. Like, really good. So, yeah, I think you can't diss Looney Tunes because it's... They come up with a lot of really good animation. They're like on par with Tom and Jerry. That's how good Looney Tunes is.
As an anime and really as a piece of media, something like Pluto far does outdo Astro Boy, but it's important to recognize just how foundational Astro Boy was for getting anime more popular in the West. Crapping on Astro
Dude, yeah, exactly what you said. It's like the seed. This is the seed. And from that seed, obviously you're not going to see anything. You know, you have to understand that was the seed, and now you're looking at the whole tree. You know, do you know what I mean? So you can't, like, you have to understand, like, what you're seeing now is like what that came from. Like, rather than dissing it or why don't you like it, or try and appreciate it to see, like, look how far it's come.
Boy for the superficial reason of it being too cartoonish for their taste, honestly.
Yeah, but that's their style. That is literally the style.
It just makes these guys look like uneducated
But if they've given that criticism, that's their criticism. Do you know what I mean?
jerks.
Big X.
Man, big dookie, bro.
Big Stinky, bro. Like, bro, you're telling me people used to watch this?
I'm actually...
Yeah, but it was entertaining to someone at the time. If you grew up with that, without seeing any other things, you would be entertained by it.
That I watched it.
But it was just beyond bad. Like, this anime shouldn't have been made, bro.
What?
Dude, don't disrespect
What
things.
about it was bad? Why was it bad? You're not telling anyone anything here. It's like these guys think that if they give
Big Stinky. that's the criticism. Oh, I'm gonna give it a big stinky. You know what that's like? I don't know. That's too childish.
any proper analysis of the media they're analyzing, if they're even capable of that, then their Gen Alpha audience will just turn off the video, which is really sad.
Next anime we're watching is from Jungle Taiti Kimba the White Lion.
It starts off with a looks maxing white lion.
Isn't that the thing that made what it's called? What is it? Lion King? That copied this animation.
That rules a jungle.
Wow, looks maxing. Great analysis there, guys. You're really the Patrick H. Williams of anime. And these guys are so uneducated on anime that they can't even make the joke about the Lion King.
I just remembered that they are the anime men, which means that they should know. I was... Okay, I mean they're learning, so let's still carry on.
Supposedly being a ripoff of Kimba. Admittedly, that joke is a little overdone at this point, but man, it would still be better than this.
I didn't know, I thought it was the truth. I didn't know it was like a joke. I thought it was actual fact that that's what the Lion King is based on, because of how similar the stories are. It's just that the Lion King's production is much more.
Alright guys, we're watching Doro Doro, whatever the hell it's called, just off starting with some great rain animation.
This one was okay.
This one wasn't bad. It had promise.
It did have promise.
Watching it, you could definitely see where a lot of modern anime things come from.
What, you didn't see that in Astro?
The thing about Astro Boy is it sort of looks like that Disney animation with him on the boat. Let me see if I can find it. Yes. B-O-A-T. Let's quickly look for it. Disney boat. Images, videos. Mickey Mouse. It's Mickey Mouse. M-I-C-K-Y. There we go. This one. Will it move? No, it won't. But it's in this is so old that it's in this animation is so old that it's in it's in the public domain, so it's not held by copyright anymore. That's how old that anime. Same with like Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh is in public domain as well. But you can see the similarities between this and Astro Boy in terms of like how they were sort of keeping up with each other. Where were we? Sorry, I got a little bit distracted. Okay.
Astro Boy too? I swear these guys just don't get it. Maybe if you hadn't been on your phone the entirety of watching Astro Boy, you would have seen a lot of modern anime stuff in there too. Also, they say this later in the video, but apparently they've been watching everything on 2x speed, which is just...
Dude, don't say that about Lupin. Lupin's like one of my all-time favorites because of how simplistic the stories are. But when I say simple, it's like a simple formula with but they're very creative with how the stories are. That's what I really like about Lupin.
Just insane to me. Imagine being so brain rotted you can't even watch a full 22-minute episode of a TV show without it being on 2x speed. They probably needed Minecraft gameplay to go with it too.
Next anime we're watching is Lupin the Third.
Yeah, we recognize this character, and we're giving this anime a little bit more respect, so we're only gonna put it at 1.5 times speed.
Wow.
Dude, does that mean they've been watching everything in... So they've been watching everything at different speed rate, which is not a good thing. So they're not even reviewing everything correctly, they're not watching it correctly. They're on their phones the most of the time. And dude, the criticism is terrible. If they're criticizing things, they're saying, because we recognize it, we're gonna... Oh, I recognize it, so I'm gonna watch it. Not reviewing things in terms of like being critical with like you know, oh, I rate this much, I rate that much. They just, oh, we recognize this character, so we're gonna watch it in less speed, but we'll still probably be on our phones.
Oh, how generous of you, putting Lupin the Third at 1.5 speed instead of 2x speed. Clearly the gold standard for anime viewing here. Funny enough, this actually isn't the only anime ranking video to get some controversy this year. For those who may not know, there was actually a video by a user named Kimbo Slice that debuted earlier this year that caused a lot of controversy as well, much like this one. Most people's problem with that video was that Kimbo didn't really go over much of the anime at all that he was covering, and he covered about 11 hours worth of anime. However, despite its extreme length, this video did come under a lot of fire since a lot of people found it kind of misleading since he doesn't really review the anime that he talks about in each segment. Heck, each quote-unquote review is barely a minute long sometimes. So while that video is bad for other reasons, honestly I think even that's better than this. While there is...
I don't know what he's talking about, this other guy. So I can't really say much on him without actually knowing what the issue is.
Isn't much real analysis in that video either, there's still more of it than in this one. At least you could tell for the most part that Kimbo Slice had watched most of the anime he was discussing and not just on his phone during the first episode of it. It just boggles my mind that these bozos can't even handle a 22-minute first episode of an anime. This generation is so cooked, I swear to God.
Wait, Jeremy, what do we have? What is...
Oh, I love Devilman. Devilman is not this Devilman. This is like, I think this is like this. Yeah, it's the 70s Devilman. But the 80s Devilman is my favorite. I don't like any of the new stuff, but Devilman is like a really fun animation to watch. This one's a bit not slow, but the animation's a bit like the cells aren't very good, if you know what I mean.
What is that, Jeremy? We have color! You know, it was in color. I was hoping for something good. And then... Okay, Jeremy.
Okay, so they're not even watching it. Dude, he's not even facing... He's not even facing the TV. This guy. They're not even watching it, dude.
Guys, Devilman, animation was pretty good for it being so old. Except the one problem was just how bad the characters and the overall story was.
It was bad.
It was bad.
Okay, well, what was bad about them? What didn't you like about the characters? What didn't you like about the story? It's like these guys think that throwing around words like characters and story without actually elaborating on what those mean for them means that they've actually properly reviewed the anime, which, no, they haven't. What do you guys want, a gold star? You're not getting it. One of you was literally asleep the whole time. How do you expect...
How are you gonna review it if you're sleeping?
people to take you seriously?
And then, hold on, let's just go back to it and see, like, what if he just says what the other guy says. Hold on. Just because, then we know that they're full of shit.
And the characters and the overall.
Wait.
Okay, Jeremy. Guys, Devilman, animation was pretty good for it being so old. Except the one problem was just how bad the characters and the overall story was.
It was bad.
It was bad.
It was bad. It was bad.
Okay, well, what was
Dude, they're not watching. They've not seen
bad
it.
about them? What didn't you like about the characters? What didn't you like about the story? It's like these guys think that throwing around words like characters and story without actually elaborating on what those mean for them means that they've actually properly reviewed the anime, which, no, they haven't. What do you guys want, a gold star? You're not getting it. One of you was literally asleep the whole time. How do you expect people to take you seriously as anime creators?
And the other one's not even facing the TV. He's facing the other way around.
Denji machine volts got into it fast.
I don't know what this one is.
Aliens invaded the Earth and the world was ending in the first episode, bro. And honestly, I can't tell you what the characters' names were and anything.
Dude, what's going on here? Like, why? What's going on? What's going on here? Why isn't he reviewing with them? Instead, he's on a ladder playing with a bloody piece of cloth. That's annoying. They always look like they're going to sleep. They're falling asleep as well. They've got no. They literally don't have any. Do you know what? I don't think they actually like. They always look like they're in this anyway. I can't speak for anything else, but look, they keep yawning.
Else about the show.
Because you were on your phone, you clown! If these guys were actually interested in learning about the history of anime, then I wouldn't be as hard on them, but clearly they just don't care. They're very clearly just biding their time till they get to anime from the 2010s, which is probably the only stuff they know about anyway. Honestly, it would be nice to see them actually elaborate on some of these animes so that if their audience is curious about one, then they can actually decide if they want to see it or not, but this tells you nothing at all. This is perhaps the worst video ever to actually watch for anime recommendations.
Guys, me and Jeremy have an announcement. That was the best anime ever so far.
I love that. He says ever, and the other guy says so far. It just shows that they're talking shit.
This one was pretty good.
Insane animation for how old it was. Insane. Great dub voice acting.
Great dub voice
Oh my
acting.
gosh,
And
like
also-
the dub voice acting is perfect.
Yeah.
Future Boy Conan, you're going straight to A tier.
Why am I not surprised that these guys don't even bring up the fact that Hayao Miyazaki directed this series?
It looked like his
the
art
founder
style,
of
yeah,
Studio
fair enough.
Ghibli and arguably the most popular anime creator of all time. The thing is, though, these guys would have to actually...
No, but if you don't know, then fair enough. But I don't think they've got any sort of knowledge. That's the thing. I don't think they've got any sort of knowledge. I think they're just into this AI type of what's it called, format.
read to find that out, and they're not gonna do that, clearly. They're too busy doing cringy dances to the theme song and screaming. I think also one of the biggest issues I have with how this list was put together that I haven't really seen a lot of other people talking about is that they all each watch these anime separately. Rather than all these guys watching the anime together and pooling their thoughts together, it's just two of them each watch.
And one of them's on a bloody ladder playing with a piece of cloth.
Each anime on this list and then just making some dumb joke.
Okay, hold on, that's a bit annoying.
Thoughts together. It's just two of them each watching each anime on this list.
Yeah, look, this is frustrating. Look, he's falling asleep. He's half into it. But this guy's on his phone in the background, and he could be just sitting here. Which I guess it would be frustrating.
And then just making some dumb jokes. So it doesn't even feel like they all came to a consensus on what they think on these anime. And apparently they hate all mecha anime too, since most of them have.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. Like, if you don't have an interest in it, but that's like a big genre. That's a big genre. See, I don't like Gundam, but I like other mecha, and when I say Gundam, I mean like certain series of Gundam I don't like, but I like making the Gundam robots. I've seen a few of Gundam, but like certain part of Gundam I don't like, but I like making the Gundam robot. I don't hate like mecha because I think mecha is like really I think it's really interesting. Like, if you look at the drawings from back then to now, they just look amazing. But, like, don't be biased against, like, one genre. Like, you can, but what I mean is, like, review it properly. Don't just, you know, like, have a bias that's totally against it. It's like reviewing, say, like, for example, if you don't like romance movies, but you can let's say appreciate, like, okay, the story was alright, the music was alright, the way it was filmed, do you know what I mean, like that sort of thing, or have someone review it with you who actually likes that sort of content, then you can like bounce off them and see like what they like about it. What do you know what I mean? Like if you're watching, let's say, like the romance thing, you'd want to watch it with someone who's a girl that's like into romantic films, and then she would be like, oh yeah, I liked it because of this, or I didn't like it because of that, you know.
Have ended up in F tier for some reason.
No, not Macross. I love Macross.
Is he gonna do the thing?
No, I hope they don't dispute. Well, do you know what? Their opinions don't matter to me, so if they diss anything, it's like anything they say, it's not respectful. Sort of, I was. Do you know what? I was like with them, like in terms of like at the start, I felt like they might be, you know, sort of like, how do I put it? I was not on their side, but I was quite neutral. But the more I watch of these guys, I find them a bit more and more irritating. So their opinions don't seem valid.
I'm just gonna let that moment speak for itself there. I can't believe these guys are acting so performatively over a meme that everybody knows.
I didn't know that was a meme. But that sound effect is like really like cool.
And has been dead forever now. Oh, but don't worry, the best is yet to come.
You know what time it is?
Dragon Ball time.
Dragon Ball time.
Dragon Ball. I don't want.
So Dragon Ball is probably the most popular anime of all time because it's been going on for 40 years. but I guess they probably talk shit about it.
Want anyone attack?
Which you can, but criticize it, like criticize it in terms of like what, you know, don't just say I didn't like it because of this, but criticize it, you know, with analysis. Don't just say, oh, I don't like it.
Me for what I'm about to say, but what the hell did I just watch? Goku with a tail. I've never seen that before.
Your channel is called The Anime Men. Your tagline says, "We watch anime." And yet, you didn't know that Goku had a tail to start with in Dragon Ball. I don't say this often, but you guys deserve to be laughed out of
See, the thing is, most people were introduced to, Dragon Ball Z before they were introduced to Dragon Ball. So it's sort of weirdly understandable, but in Dragon Ball Z, his son has a tail, Vegeta has a tail which gets chopped off, and I think Raditz, his brother, I think he has a tail, yes he does, and they grab it. So I don't know, dude, how are these guys the anime men if they don't even watch anime?
every anime expo you go to going forward. The incompetence is unreal here. It's also weird because they claim they've only seen Dragon Ball Z, but there are flashbacks of Goku.
Yeah, but you don't need, hold on, even in is it in GT as well? Like they would have, I don't know if they do, but like, because they show like tournaments. Hold on, let's type it in. Let's see. DBGT images. It's only showing, hold on. Let's see. Goku. Okay. Does he have a tail? Oh, we can't see it. There we go. He's got a tail in this. So he has got a tail in that as well. No, but that was a picture, so it's hard to say. Oh no, he's got a tail. Okay.
With a tail in that show. So did they just not watch anything then? Given everything we've seen so far, it's looking pretty likely. And somehow they still put this in D tier, which is insane.
Okay, that's a bit frustrating. They put it like it wouldn't. Yes, like I said, their opinions. They've got very poor opinions.
One of the most iconic and influential works in all of anime.
All of anime, exactly that. So it's like what is it? It's Pikachu and Goku at the top. It's Pikachu and Goku at the top. People think Luffy, but Luffy, I mean, just because they have One Piece has sold more, but it doesn't have the same impact as like Pikachu and Goku are the most iconic characters that represent anime of all time.
In D tier. Let that sink in. You guys truly do not deserve the title of the Anime Men.
I've never got into Sailor Moon. I've never seen it.
Why? You know, Sailor Moon's very glazed. You know, I feel like girls growing up because they watch this. Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest, it looks dookie. Like we're too old for this now, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, but watch it. If you're reviewing it, you've got to watch it, dude.
Okay, so you're putting Sailor Moon, perhaps the most popular shoujo anime in history, in C tier? That should be an instant S tier. Also, saying Sailor Moon
I've never seen it, so I wouldn't know.
style is dookie is crazy to me, because that's one of the...
It's his own style. I mean, I've never seen it, but it looks... what's the story like?
The most iconic anime styles of all time. If you show anyone any character from Sailor Moon, even if it's not the main Sailor Scouts themselves, they're probably going to be able to tell you it's from that show because that style is iconic. How are you not?
Yeah, I totally understand what you're saying. Like, what you said makes sense because of like the dress, the dresses and the body type.
Not getting this.
Evangelion lovers, don't get mad at me. I love Evangelion. That first episode is not that strong.
I only have one thing to say about Evangelion, and that's Misato. I can't lie, the best part about the episode is holy gyat, bro. Is her name Misato? She's so bad, bro.
Okay, so Evangelion, it's a very dry anime. I don't really like Evangelion, but it is one of the most inspiring animes of all time in terms of like its design. I don't watch Evangelion for its story. I literally watch it for its design and the artwork, the backgrounds. I've only seen Evangelion for the robots, all the mech work and the design work. I just love everything about it in that sense. The story, it's never gripped me, but I love looking at the way they've animated the machinery and how it all moves. For me, that's the only reason I watch Evangelion. I don't like the characters because I find them very frustrating, but when the robots, I've never seen robots in any other anime that I've ever seen as good as Evangelion. No one has ever come close to having that sort of design in any anime that I've ever seen compared to Evangelion. The design work has not been matched, in my opinion, ever.
The rest of the episode feels too much of a blur and doesn't really set up anything until the end, and it doesn't really get anything done. Without Misato, this would be lower, but the part about the episode is holy gyat, bro. Is her name Misato? She's so bad, bro. The rest of the episode...
Dude, it's a cartoon character.
Episode feels too much of a blur and doesn't really set up anything until the end, and it doesn't really get anything done. Without Misato, this would be lower, but it is going in the C tier.
You need to shut the
What? So he's based it on just Misato. He's put it at a C tier because he fancies a cartoon character. So he's put it at C tier because he fancies a Misato, not because of anything else. What a bellend.
Okay, so I think this ranking on its own is emblematic of so many of the problems with this video in general. Admittedly, they are showing their hand a bit already by glazing Misato as quote-unquote the only good part of the first episode of Evangelion, but also saying that it doesn't set anything up is insane. The first episode of Evangelion sets everything up for the series to follow. The first episode literally opens on an angel attack and Nerve responding to it and Shinji running from it. And it's not long after that we meet Misato and get a whole synopsis of what Nerve is about, or at least what the show wants you to know about Nerve at that point in time. We also get hints about Rei in this episode and also show a lot of the strained relationship between Shinji and his dad. How in the world does that first episode not set up anything? The plot completely went over these goobers' heads.
Guys, Detective Conan is done.
This one's really fun.
How about you?
Detective Conan. It's just a really fun anime to watch. It's just entertaining. It's got its own sort of thing going on, and it's really popular. This one is.
Guys, if
What? Okay, fair enough. Look, if you don't like it, you don't like it.
you want to watch some detective work, how about you deduce the fact that Detective Conan is not that good? C tier.
Oh, really? So Detective Conan, the show that also has an episode that sets everything up perfectly, also is C tier? This episode sets up...
This has got the same sort of like old school type animation. It's I think they do crossovers. I can't remember with what They do a lot of crossovers in this.
The entire main cast and also shows Shinichi's relationship with each of them and then shows them transforming into a kid. This literally does set up the entirety of the rest of the series here. Can't believe they're doing my boy Conan like this. Also, interestingly enough, the year following this, they called Berserk the most popular anime of that year and actually give it a good review, but the thing is, the most popular anime of that year was Pokemon, by far, not Berserk. How did you guys not know that Pokemon came out this same year? That is not only the more popular anime of the year, it's the most popular anime of all time. I can't...
Yeah, so Pokemon is still like really big, but Berserk, I rate Berserk much higher because of its like, it's a story that needs to be animated properly, and I wish it was, and it deserves an anime so badly, like a decent one, not just like, because they've messed around with it way too much, which is frustrating. And look, these guys, they're a bit stupid, and for what they are and how big they are, they're not very smart. They're a bit crap at what they do.
Full Metal Alchemist, I was expecting something that was going to be good, and it actually met my expectations and Cade's. We get more of like world building aspect of the first episode compared to Full Metal Alchemist
Dude, he's not even watching it. He's on his laptop.
Brotherhood, where there's more action right in the beginning.
I believe this dude was literally on his laptop during
Exactly. He's not even watching it. He's on his laptop.
the first episode of Full Metal Alchemist. But I guess the action alone give it an A tier, right? Sure. They probably just want a goon to Winry knowing that.
It seems like, do you know what? It seems like they're just looking at the girls and not actually interested. That's what it is. These are, what's he called? They're hentai guys. They're not anime tourists. They're hentai men. They're not anime men. They're hentai men. Come on, man.
Gurren Lagann.
This is one of the best. So Gurren Lagann is... Hold on. I thought they hated robot animation. Gurren Lagann is robotic. And it is really entertaining because of the animation style is really fluid. It's got that same sort of anime style where it's not got any shading, but it's got fluid motion.
Starts with main characters Simone and Kamina, which is located beneath the surface in some tunnel. Eventually, both of the main characters discover a way out through the help of a large monster and a very alluring character in Yoko.
They're drillers.
This, along with one of the best messages in anime, clearly brings this anime at the
Yeah,
top of
this
the
is-
A-tier category.
Okay, first of all, Yoko is 14 at the start of Gurren Lagann, and here you are playing with yourself.
Is this a joke? Oh my god, is this a joke? Dude, is this a joke? Why is he doing that?
On camera while watching.
Why is he doing that, dude? Dude, why are you doing that? On camera? Why are you doing that?
her. Obviously, these guys weren't trying to hide.
Dude, these guys are... What did I just say? These are hentai men. They're not... they're hentai guys. They're not about actual anime. They're just looking at anime for the goon. These are gooners. These are hentai gooners.
Before at all, but now they're just straight up jacking off on
This is disgusting, man.
camera and their own
Okay, the reason why this is because they're clearly their audience, their demographic is children.
video. You could have at least edited that out to save whatever lower respect
Yeah, exactly. Why wouldn't you edit that out? Why wouldn't you just edit it out?
point, but you didn't. And now everybody can see you gooning on camera. Both the laziness and the creepiness and the horniness is just unreal here. Instead of rubbing your schlong, you should try rubbing two brain cells together.
On to the next Sword Art Online. Me and him have both seen the first episode.
I not hate, but I find Sword Art Online really dull because it's like every other anime where it's got that generic storyline. Same with what's it called, Solo Leveling. Someone made me watch that. I hate that I watched that, and it's Sword Art Online is like a better version of Solo Leveling. Its storyline is just lame, because of how generic it is. It's got nothing to it. It's like the boy just keeps getting stronger, and I hate that sort of thing. Sword Art Online, I saw both seasons, and I feel like I wasted my time.
Seen the anime.
But this episode's fire.
It brings you in. It was like the first like isekai that like really banged. So you know, it started
It's
everything.
the original isekai.
It's iconic, bro.
Well, we're gonna get copyrighted, so it's.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all know
It's all
SAO episode 1. It sets up the plot perfectly. It's better than Fairy Tail, so I'd put it in that A tier.
I put A tier as well.
But the first episode's a classic.
Okay, so according to them, Sword Art Online is better than Evangelion, better than Angel Beats, which I skipped over their segment on that, but they...
Exactly, dude. Listen, I don't watch like Evangelion for the story, but like for its beauty, like because of how just the craft that's went into it.
put that in the D tier, better than Dragon Ball, better than Detective Conan, and also apparently better than Sailor Moon.
I've never seen Sailor Moon, so I can't say much. These gooners.
Kidding me. Sword Art Online isn't even the best isekai if we want to consider it an isekai. Things like Re:Zero or Mushoku Tensei or even that time I got reincarnated as a slime are far better. I just can't with these guys. I'm kind of glad these guys don't talk about Steins Gate or Monster in this video because I'd probably crash out even harder than I already am.
I've never seen Steins Gate, but I have seen Monster. I've seen the whole thing. It's not like a child's sort of anime. It's more like a drama, but it's not got like magic powers and stuff, which is quite good in terms of like how it is. It didn't really grip me because of the pacing. I didn't find the pacing too good, but I saw the whole thing because of like its popularity, and I think I might even have one of the mangas. What are they watching?
No matter what you want to say about the later part of Tokyo Ghoul anime, the first episode of season 1 is actually really good. Banger.
Oh, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about.
We should make a new tier. The awesome ultra.
No, let's. You do that, yeah, go on.
Well, S plus tier. It's going in that tier because Tokyo Ghoul is that good.
So according to these guys, somehow Tokyo Ghoul is better than Cowboy Bebop. Honestly,
I never liked Cowboy Bebop. Even though I've seen it, I just couldn't get into Cowboy Bebop. I saw it, I gave it a chance. I saw the movie, I gave it a chance. There's something about it, and I can't put my finger on it, that I just don't like about it. Yeah, I think it's to do with the main character. Like Cowboy Bebop is very popular, but I think I find the main character, it just doesn't stick with me, and that's why I couldn't get into it much. When I see that main character, it just wouldn't stick with me. And it came out at the same time as Trigun. I think I could be wrong. But when they're compared together, Trigun always, for me, Trigun's like not the new one, but the 1997 one. Like that's the one I've seen that like a lot of times. But Cowboy Bebop, I've watched it several times because it's got a big hype around it, and I just could not, just couldn't gel with it. It's not like I didn't give it a chance.
Maybe a hot take, but Tokyo Ghoul isn't even better than Sailor Moon, which they put in C tier, mind you. It's not that good, bro. The one thing that everyone remembers from Tokyo Ghoul is the opening theme song.
There's probably a woman in it, that's why they like it.
And not really much else is discussed these days. I think that should show a lot on its own. Tokyo Ghoul was very much a flavor of the month anime when it came out. Obviously, if you...
I could be wrong, but I think Tokyo Ghoul's also got like live what do you call it? Live action movie as well. I could be wrong about that.
I like Tokyo Ghoul, more power to you, but it's very clear these guys just like it because it was probably one of the first anime they ever saw, which is kinda sad.
Alright, Horimiya, we just finished it, and you know what I gotta say? We both have already watched the first. You actually read the whole manga, so.
And guess what? Horimiya fans, you guys need a life. I'm sorry, I get it. You want a Cade Ward type.
I don't know this anime, so I can't really say much about it.
You want the cool piercings, bro. You want the good bod, bro. You want the little skin, you know the abs, Yeah. But you're not getting anything out of this. There's no substance.
It's gooner for girls, bro.
It's girl.
And you guys aren't goon, dude. You guys are the biggest gooners here.
I find it real funny that you guys are calling Horiyami fans shallow, when really most of the criteria you guys have for these anime here is if it has key-jingling fight scenes or girls you can goon to. I don't know, man, doesn't sound...
Exactly, he was literally masturbating on camera.
Not like the Horiyami fans are the shallow ones there.
Now it's time for Chainsaw Man.
Okay, so Chainsaw...
I've seen Chainsaw Man and it's overrated. It's terrible. It's just meh. There's nothing special about it. It's just a man with a chainsaw head. Oh wow, well done. It's boring. It didn't interest me. I started watching it and I was like, okay, give this a chance, and it just wasn't entertaining. When I say entertaining, I mean there's entertainment value, but like after a while it just felt like it wasn't going anywhere. Like the stories, it just didn't seem like it was progressing enough.
Chainsaw Man,
for
I
me
would
anyway.
not say was the most popular anime of 2022. I personally actually do like Chainsaw Man a decent amount, and I'm looking forward to the Resi Arc movie, but the most popular anime of that year was definitely Spy Family. Spy Family...
There's another one that I've not seen. I've heard of this, but I've not seen it. I know it's popular.
was everywhere, and Chainsaw Man was in a lot of places too, but Spy Family very clearly was the anime that was everywhere. Honestly, I don't think it's even much of a contest here. I feel like these guys are just going by AI or something to determine what the most popular anime of each year is here for this list.
Just one episode of Free Run, Jeremy! One episode of Free Run!
You just need to watch Free Run. Everyone loves Free Run. Everyone loves Free Run, okay? Okay?
What's going on?
Alright, Jeremy. We're on our last episode. 2024. Free Run! How are we feeling? How are we feeling? How are we feeling?
That's all this guy does is make stupid faces. He doesn't have... I've not seen him have decent input. Like, he just copies everyone else. He just does, like... He's the skit man. He's not anything else. That's all. He's the, like, the mascot.
Why in the world are you freaking out about watching the first episode of Free Run like it's torture or something?
I don't know this one as well. I wish they put it on top like the other ones in terms of like the year and the title of it.
It's topping my anime list for good reason. These guys constantly have to be so performative and key juggle their audience with random antics like this, even when talking about universe.
That's what I was saying. Like this one does all the stupid skits. This one has the opinions, even though the opinions, like, they're on their phone.
The beloved anime. It is so painful and obnoxious to watch. It's like if Mr. Beast's channel was full of fake anime fans. Okay, no way was Solo.
Solo Leveling sucks, and it's for people who like don't have an opinion. Poor opinion.
Leveling, the most popular anime of 2024. Pretty sure Dandadan was the show that stuck with a lot more people. Also, it's by far the better crafted show here. Also, it's weird to me because these guys have a short on their channel where they talk about how Dandadan was done dirty by Solo Leveling at the Anime Awards. So clearly they are aware of this, but they just don't care, I guess?
That animation looks amazing, by the way. That show, I might have to watch that. I don't know what it is, but it looks good, really good.
They're just just rage baiting at this point, or did they just forget about this short? I don't even know anymore.
Okay, now we're gonna all debate what's the best first episode and come to an agreement of what.
How are you gonna do? Hold on, none of you have been like you've all been watching half and half and half, but you're all discussing what should be the best.
It is.
After much debate, we have come to the agreement that the best first episode.
Yeah, exactly. None of you should have an opinion because none of you watched everything correctly.
Of the century is Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah, exactly. That says everything you need to know about these guys' opinion. Just remember they were masturbating.
You guys just put Tokyo Ghoul as the best anime of the entire century. Which, by the way, this isn't even an entire century of anime. This is 60 years they're covering here. But even if we just went with the 21st century, or heck, even just the 2010s, there is no way Tokyo Ghoul is the greatest anime out of all that. Are you really telling me that Tokyo Ghoul has a better opening than Cowboy Bebop, Evangelion, Sailor Moon, Frieren, Detective Conan, Chainsaw Man, Gurren Lagann, One Piece, One Punch Man, Yu Yu Hakusho, and Berserk, plus many, many more? You have got to be kidding me. With the final three they end up picking here, Attack on Titan, Death Note, and Tokyo Ghoul, it is so clear they're biased towards newer anime. Although Death Note is definitely really good. But these guys definitely couldn't tell you why it's...
Yeah, exactly. I don't. What's funny is I don't think they're on their radar. They would. It doesn't seem like they would be Death Note fans, but I think they're watching it for its popularity rather than actually interest.
These are the guys that call themselves the Anime Men, and they've even held panels at Anime Expo. Apparently they even held a panel when I was there this year, which I didn't go to be fair, but I'm kind of curious if I had gone what their audience would have looked like. I kind of imagine...
Do you know what? I was not rooting, but I was like really neutral, but I'm actually with this guy's sort of opinions, with what he's saying about these guys. I was quite neutral. But the more he spoke, the more I sort of found these guys irritating in terms of like not just their opinion but their behavior as well, especially because like their audiences are kids, and he's got his hands down his trousers whilst watching the show.
All those people would have been on their phones too. Like, I didn't really care for Kinbo Slice's anime ranking video either, but man, even this is better than that still. At least with Kimbo's video, you could tell he wasn't so blatantly an anime tourist and he actually had watched the things he was discussing. These guys just don't care. They only got into anime past 2020 because it was trendy. Again, like I said at the start of this video, I'm not really into gatekeeping at all, so if these guys wanted to get into anime and maybe learn more about it, that would be great. But it's so obvious they don't care about that because they keep disrespecting classic foundational pieces of anime and just glazing newer ones that are popular. They also don't bother to say anything at all about each piece of anime here. Their commentary just constantly boils down to making dumb jokes or gooning over women. It's so obvious that they aren't anime fans at all. These guys are just grifters through and through. They're honestly some of the worst grifters.
Yeah, they are grifters. They're more about skits, which is fine, but I don't think they put in the work properly. That's the issue.
Bears I've had to cover on this channel before, I think. It was so hard to get through their entire video just because of how cringeworthy it was. I'm gonna repeat the point I made before about anime tourists on their own not really being a bad thing. But I think this honestly goes even beyond just being an anime tourist. This is just being an anime grifter. And the response to this video from many, many other people obviously has not been pretty at all.
We have come to the agreement that the best first episode of the century is Tokyo Ghoul.
You call yourselves anime fans. Your name is The Anime Men.
Okay, I got this toy sword. I'm going to question life choices now.
That's what these anime tourists, at least from what I have seen online, claim. You know, they think that they have entered this space and gone and looked around and gone, hey, everything that is like not epic fights and shonen and amazing animation and hype, doesn't fall under what I constitute as a good anime, therefore it must be bad.
Goku with a tail. I've never
Do you know what that guy said? I've seen his channel before. Something Japan, I think it is. I agree with what he just said. A lot of people, what his opinion is what a lot of people's opinion is. And for anime, and I think that's why they watch it. But that audience is teenage based, and these gooners, the anime gooners, that's all they are, is what he's just described.
Hey, everything that is like not epic fights and shonen and amazing animation and hype doesn't fall under what I constitute as a good anime, therefore it must be bad.
Goku with a tail. I've never seen that before. Are we?
Goku is a monkey. That's why he has a tail. All the people in all the Saiyans, they're monkeys. That's what they are. They're all monkeys.
Serious? They called themselves the anime men and they didn't know Goku had a tail? That's like not knowing LeBron used to play for the Miami Heat. I don't even watch basketball and I know that.
Honestly, I'm kind of glad they didn't talk about Steins Gate or Monster or Apothecary Diaries, ReZero or Vinland Saga, because I probably would have crashed out harder than I already did here. At the end of the day, these guys do not love anime at all. They don't care about the art, storytelling, or characterization of any of it. I honestly struggle to even call them anime tourists.
Yeah, they're grifters, eh? Like, they're just riding the wave. That's all it is.
They're just anime grifters. This really sucks because with all the anime they cover here, there is so much they could have actually said about each one, and they could have educated their.
The thing is, they don't want to do that. They're just there for stimulant in terms of like how they want to make their videos. They're not there for actual knowledge.
Audience on what makes each one good or bad, but they just didn't do that. They don't care. And personally, as someone who likes to educate people on media and likes to see other people educating people on media, this is just really frustrating to see. If you want actually good, engaging analysis of anime that does go in depth, I recommend checking out Bonsai Pop, Mother's Basement, Red Bard, or Nozumi VA. Please watch these channels and don't watch the Anime Men. They clearly do not actually care. But what do you think? Have you seen the Anime Men's video? And if you have, what do you think? I
never knew who these guys were. I'm sort of glad I do, so I know how to avoid these guys. But I don't think I don't think they're a good influence for people because of how they are, and especially like leaving you with a chub on. Do you know what I mean? That's like grotesque. That's one of the worst things I've seen, especially for like a kids channel. Their channel looks like a kids channel, so do you know what I mean? Like if you're showing yourself with a chub on, and they're all like that. It's just that one of them's showing it, but they're all like that.
Think of it. Let me know in the comments below. Regardless, I appreciate you enduring my pain with me throughout the entirety of this video. If you like this video, be sure to give it a like and also consider subscribing. If you enjoyed this video, you'll probably like the other videos I have planned as well, since I cover film and animation overall. At 30,000 subscribers, we're actually going to watch the Critical Drinkers movie, so that'll be fun. I've heard some...
Okay, you've seen that. It was a good video. Subscribe to this guy. He made a really good video and interesting topic. I thought I was going to be, not against him, but I just didn't want to like say, yeah, these guys are bad. But after watching it, they're terrible at what they do. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. So have a good day, everyone.